It's not gonna work. I've decided I would attempt to stop eating meat. Shirt I got here. Oh yeah. What do you think? Welcome to my first video on my new channel. There is some content here. The big thing for me is the egg, and let people know right now I am going to the West Coast Conference in Idaho. Looking forward to checking that out. That should be fun. And again, welcome to the channel. First video out the gate. I don't know how many more there will be. I'm just winging it, but I got some good stuff here. Enjoy. Now, there is a lot of good content here. It's just scattered in between a lot of other things. Stars, for instance, and I think that's good content. A lot of the things I talk about are very interesting, but it's just like if you can catch it. That's the best way I could put it. Just, can you catch what I just said?
Wouldn't videotape anything. Started videotaping people at the bar again. This is the last 2 months of just periodic little things I guess I come up with here and there.
We wait for some people to come in. These are some shots of some stars. I believe that is Sirius. I'm not positive about that. I do have Jupiter and Saturn, and I got rid of the app to tell me which stars were which, so but these are probably the same that I've done before.
I just wanted to do this. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you know who makes stovetop stuffing?
No, I don't.
You don't?
Stovetop?
Yeah.
Craft?
Yeah, apparently. I always thought it was Stouffer's. My bad. It's funny, my top theory on what the Mandela effect is would be the conscious, we're multi-dimensional beings, consciousness shifting through timelines, blah, blah, blah. And other people have tried to explain to me that, no, it's just one timeline. And I've gone back and spoke with them why I feel about how I feel, and they've talked to me about why they feel, how they feel. And I started to bring together this whole one timeline, one dimension. Things are actually changing, and I say that a lot of times when I explain it to people. I'm like, yeah, molecular structure of physical reality is changing, or has changed. I don't necessarily believe any of that. You know, I've been kicking around this is one realm, and it's been manipulated with. But through some of the experiences, my interpretations point in a little bit different direction. And I don't, I think in a sense, I've said it before, there is just one, and that's the one you're in. If you can change that, who cares what it is? I broke it down. I broke it down to, infinite and quantum, and we can't experience all that, but, within the parameters of our physical dimensions, we can and do. But consciously, we're only experiencing one right now, at least I think. Linear-wise, I think the changes and everything we see is different timelines, different dimensions. Just theories, So one of the reasons I got off of YouTube with the Mandela effect and everything was the number thing, the number game that YouTube's been playing. And I figured, you know, now I kind of have a better idea who's actually listening. Not who, but how many. And I'm going back to talking about everything I was talking about before, not just Mandela effects. I mean, I had this book on experiences, and it was, you know, a dozen of them practically, 10 of them, whatever. Sure, I had at least a dozen. Did you get the message? Physical reality is something's up. Getting all excited about the next Mandela effect is just to wake up somebody's mind that you know that didn't wake up yet. We should be going somewhere else with this or doing something else.
I really think with what's been going on with my life as far as my experiences in 15 with the stars and all and orbs and whatnot, that's kind of where I think I should be focusing. Yeah, the Mandela effect went commercial, and that was part of my experiences. But there's other things that a lot of people, just, if they did experience it, they're not talking. But I just, one of the reasons I did get off and to purge the other channel was because I felt like I was just marinating the same thing over and over again, not getting any messages out. And now I think that may have been a mistake. Another reason was I had 1,800 subs, and I was only getting maybe 300 hits ever on a video. Now, granted, I figure 1,000 of them are probably people that just clicked on the Captain Picard video and rang my bell, you know, or, you know, clicked on it, never thought nothing of it again. It just amazes me, but, you know, everybody's not into physical reality changing before your eyes or weird things happening. Most of them people may have blown it off. No, I don't remember it, but damn, wow, okay, let me get back to the game. Let me get back to my beer. So, and then everybody else is talking about how, you know, they're messing with the numbers, YouTube and all this, and whatever. I mean, even if you reach one, but besides that, let's see, there's channels out there with 25,000 subs who are doing Mandela effect videos. And, you know, I've been on a bunch of channels, maybe not that big, but I've been on 3 or 4 channels that were half that size at least. And I wrote a book about it. And I couldn't get 2,000 subs. I mean, I probably deleted, you know, 100 people that would come on and just bitch me out because I'm like, well, I'm not going to explain it to you, and you're telling me and I'm an idiot right up front, so goodbye. And I just delete the shills or whatever they are off my channel. And that's it. Is that why I didn't pick up another 20 grand in subs? I mean, no. So I got rid of 1,800 subs, and I was able to stream live, and now I got rid of the channel. I purged it because I kept getting back on YouTube, and I kept putting up old videos, and which I'm still doing now on the new channel. And I kept putting up, or I kept going in other people's chats and saying hello, and I wasn't doing what I set out to do. And one night I just said, screw it. I started deleting videos. And so I lost quite a few. Some of them that I deleted I had on my computer anyway, but there were a handful that I never get back. And then I stopped and thought, you know, just get rid of the channel. Hell with it, just get rid of Google. So I deleted the whole thing, and just let it go. And after a while, I thought about it, and I thought that's not what I should have done. And I didn't realize I could have just took the videos off of my site. I could have just took everything off and left it up But I would have still had, I mean, look, I did a live video last night or 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago, and I had 14 people watching live. When I had 1,800 subs on the other channel, I had 14 people watching live, or maybe 20. Maybe there might have been 21 to 25. But I got just over 100 subs. So these are real subs for me. These are real people. These are people that are going to be interested in what I have to say. Hopefully. And we'll see. We'll see how I do, because I haven't done this in a while, so I'm sure this is all jacked up with my topics going all over the place. I know some of the things I wanted to explain was why I got off the channels. I just felt like I needed to, and I wasn't doing it. And when I deleted it, I finally got into like 2-3 weeks, almost a month of just absolutely no computer and having problems, trying to not call people that I know from YouTube to say hello, because I was like, no, that's going to be part of it. Doesn't matter. I mean, I was like, I need to talk to these people. And finally I broke down, started calling them, and I'm talking, and who knows, man? I don't know where this is going. I know it's interesting. I don't think I'll have a problem jumping on and giving an idea or whatever, but hopefully there's content. What was the other ideas I wanted to get out? I don't want to chase Mandela effects, but they're still going to be there. So when I say I don't want to chase them, that doesn't mean I'm done with them. Just means if I bring it up and go, hey, yo, this, and this, yeah, listen, what are we doing about this? What are we doing about this? I've been doing things to change my life. I've been doing things, and it's happening. But I started to get into that lull again, like, whoa, what is there? If there was no computers right now, what would there be? What would we be doing? And that's what I'm trying to get out and do, and I am doing it. I'm forcing myself to interact. God, that's hard for an introvert. I'm an introvert. Look at this. Here comes the nasty. Okay, I was going to do a video just to do something, because I have some content before this event conference in Idaho. And now, I called in Freaky Friday, and I discussed the egg. Okay, let's talk about the egg, because I am 100% sure, absolutely positively, you put eggs in boiling water, and when they float, they're done. This I know because of Easter. This is how I boiled eggs for Easter. We ate those eggs. We color them, dye them, crack them open, put salt on them, and eat them. They were never bad. But that's how we know. That's how I always know in the past that, you hard boil an egg, you wait for it to boil. You wait for it to float. Okay. I've had other people say, yes, that's the way. I've talked to a young kid, 22. He said, yeah, they float. I've done it. That's how you know it's done. I'm like, yes. No. If it floats, it's a bad egg. It's apparently a rotten egg if it floats. I haven't been eating bad eggs. I mean, that's for sure, and that's how I would know, because I remember taking a spoon and picking it up off the top of the the boiling water. I wasn't going in down to pick them out. Okay. Yeah, see, that I know for sure. And that's the way it was for me. Other people have said yes. So for me, this is a Mandela effect. People have personal Mandela effects. We've had, I don't know, 30 people already maybe say yeah, but then there's 80 people who say no. The way you know is by a timer, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I think up here it's 7 minutes. Most people did say by a timer. But I also got this spinning deal going on where a couple people were saying, you spin it, you spin it, you spin it. Well, I have that explanation coming up in a video. Apparently that's the way. You take it out, spin it, and it's explained. But no, yeah, for me, they always floated, you knew it was done. That is not the case in this timeline.
Did I ask you how you know if an egg is hard boiled?
You did.
And what did you say?
I didn't know.
Oh, okay. Well, that was honest.
Huh?
I need you quick, because this is a legitimate Mandela effect now. And I have already asked you this, so don't be too surprised. The egg. How do you know if an egg is hard boiled?
You spin it.
And that's weird, because they were saying that in chat. And I didn't get that whole spinning it thing. And you're saying spin it, and if it just
If it spins, an even keel, if it spins evenly, then you got a hard-boiled egg. If it like wobbles, the yolk inside is still raw.
So the whole floating thing, if it floats.
No, if it floats, it's bad.
Wow, that's just not the way it was for me. Thank you, gentlemen. They're in the
You know how to
kitchen,
balance an egg?
Oh boy.
So I just called Freaky Friday. I didn't want to do this. I wanted light. But I just realized on there I said, no meat, no pot, no drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes, no orgasms, no gossip, no thinking badly about other people. And that's not what I wanted to say. I didn't finish my sentence. And, that's kind of important, right? And I'm just coming, some of the things that I didn't want to talk about, but this is part of it. I'm realizing some things that we're just not supposed to do every day that we do every day. And, that's all I wanted to get at. Let me get back to the show. Yeah, I've been thinking about this when I say you can't chase Mandela effects. Stop chasing Mandela effects. Look, I got away from everything for a good month. But it took a lot for me to do that. And when I finally got to that position, Mandela effects were still in my life. There's nothing I'm going to be able to do about that. I figure, I was trying to push it, and it was angering me. I guess I would, first time I'd see a couple, I'm like, I'm trying to get away from this stuff. I'm trying to get away from it so I could focus on physical reality to find out what's going on. Because focusing online and chasing Mandela effects, can't wait to see one, look for another one, do a video on it. That wasn't working for me. So yeah, when I say don't chase Mandela effects, they're going to be in your life. There's nothing you can do about that. Forget that. Forget, trying to go back to the ball, trying to forget that they ever happened, because they're happening now. And I've decided to get back in on some line as far as keeping in touch with the information that's going on out there. But there's a lot going on with me in many different directions, physical, spiritually, mentally. Sure, mentally. And I've decided to slowly wean my way back in to express what I feel is happening, or if I can express it through example, which is what I've been trying to do from the beginning, because I was able to. I was having experiences, and I'm still having experiences, not to the extent that they were in my book, Mind Beyond Matter. But some of them could be. I mean, it's, I'm the one with the scale, but there are things going on, and nothing. Okay, because me getting off didn't do that. These things would have happened anyway, but me getting off did help with some other things. And I am upset about how I forced myself off, but it is what it is. This is a completely new channel. And I think this is probably going to be the first video you see. I'm just clipping together some things here and there. It's a shame because there's a whole month of stuff I could have blurted out and might have made sense or might have helped somebody or might have helped me listening to myself. Yeah. But I need to apologize. I don't know which star this is, but this is just a terrific shot.
I do find the shadow interesting. First time I saw that was probably 4 years ago out in Denver, right above the Coors Stadium. It was weird because that's why I started to take pictures and stuff. I don't have those pictures or videos. And then it made a big X right over Coors Stadium with the shadows and all. Look at that. That looks like it's. I can't tell. I don't know what it is. Okay. Yeah, I've been entertaining the bar as I used to back in the day when I did videos. This is a brand new Susso video. Enjoy. I did ask all the big questions, but the one that I didn't ask is, what island is the Statue of Liberty on?
Yeah, it looked like there was
Ellis Island, yeah.
Ellis Island.
Yeah.
I recall Ellis Island, as do many others. There's other answers, but it's actually on
People say Staten.
Staten Island. People have said Staten Island, which I think is pretty bizarre. But
Yeah.
but then again, I'm not going to judge.
There aren't that many islands off New York, so.
Well,
It's easy to confuse them.
there is now.
Yeah.
Just saying. Why wouldn't we know that the Statue of Liberty is on Liberty Island?
Huh.
Why wouldn't we know that? Why would we say something else? I mean, you're going to associate Liberty, Statue of Liberty with Liberty Island,
Yeah.
right?
You think, yeah.
So, but I remember Ellis for sure.
I was driving there,
I didn't-
driving around there.
I'm trying to get away from Mandela Effects, so I wear this shirt because nobody can read this shirt anyway. And the other worker's telling me, he goes, I died a couple of days ago and you brought me back. I'm looking at him like, dude, are you kidding me? You're nuts. He's like, I'll talk to you about it later. It's really strange. I was in the hospital for 2 days. What?
Yeah, so this guy I work with says, you saved my life. I have to talk to you about it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, a couple of days ago, he was having a panic attack. Something else happened. There was a couple other things involved. And he had to call an ambulance. He was on his way to the hospital. And he really thought he was going to die. That's the story. And then all of a sudden, something happened. He felt a wave come over him. And he thought about what I was talking with him about the Mandela effect and shifting. And he said, whoa. He says at that second, he knew he was going to die. And then he felt that. And he goes, oh, that was a shift that Anthony's talking about. I'm not going to die. And he thinks if he didn't know about that the shifting and the idea, he said I didn't really get into exploring it. I just understand what you've told me. He goes, and I think you saved my life. That's what he says to me. He also says here coming up that he was on his way to St. Anthony's Hospital.
Going to die.
I was like, my heart and all this crazy shit was happening, and I was gonna die. But then, once I realized I was going to St. Anthony's Hospital, there was a shift, and I knew I was gonna be okay.
It's awesome. Hey, it's kind of ominous. Got no birds. No sounds of birds. Not a cloud in the sky. Just a dog barking. No airplanes. The only thing in the sky is the sun. The one plane that did go by, I couldn't find anything in front of it. Could have been because I got on top of it late. There's nothing. I mean,
Right now.
What's that? Oh, no jokes on this channel. What about, what'd you say?
No, there was one that blew me away that I can't remember now.
How could you not remember a Mandela effect that blew you away?
I know. That's the part that's funny. It's like it really drove me crazy, and I can't remember it.
Who did you talk to about it?
It was on. I think it was on Ancient Aliens, the show, or something like that.
Oh, the
The guy with the hair.
Mulder?
No.
You don't mean that?
Toledo, yeah.
What's that show called? They did a TV show on the Mandela effect and kind of made a joke
Giorgio
out of it.
Tsoukalos, that guy with the hair. Giorgio Tsoukalos? No? He has that Ancient Aliens series.
Oh, I know who you mean. Yeah, I
so
do
they have
know.
a Mandela effect.
He did a Mandela effect, or
Yeah.
he is a Mandela effect?
He might be.
I think he is an alien, but
Very
that's something
likely.
else. You think he's a Mandela effect?
He
You like
could
something
be.
changed about him?
He could be. I've met him in person.
Oh,
Yeah. You should look this up. It's called Contact in the Desert. People would probably love to listen to you talk. You could be a speaker.
what?
Contact in the Desert.
Yeah?
It's in Joshua Tree every summer. And there are thousands of people that come, and a lot of them come to talk about aliens, but some come to talk about Mandela effect and things like that too.
Where is this thing? I gotta go.
Joshua Tree.
What's Joshua Tree? Is that a city? Is that a state in this
Should be a
timeline?
city, but I don't know anymore.
What state's it in?
I know, right? Come out there.
It's in California. Like you said that, like I'm supposed to know that.
It could be a Mandela effect, though.
It could be.
It could be nowhere.
I have no problem going to a Mandela effect. That's a Mandela effect. That's fun. This is a fun little interview. Making me want to do this again. I'm even thinking about taking the book that I wrote and re-editing it, rewriting it, as far as what do they call it? But then I want to put book 2 right behind it and just send it out like that with 1 and 2. Because 2 is interesting. There's events, there's experiences, and it's just weird, It's like when I said, oh, the stars came at me, and I explained that experience, I was like, wow. But now the experience I would explain is, how I created an event and didn't even realize it. But because of exactly what I was thinking and then how I dropped it to let it go, which is the perfect formula, which is not a formula. I was like, after it was done, I was like, I did that. I did that to me. Okay, nobody else. Everybody else had their own drama and shit going on. So whoever needed to get involved got involved to deal with their own crap. But I totally had something and let it go. And I remember exactly why that happened. And it had nothing to do with the physical crap. Now, I'm going to go into detail in the book and explain that and why. But
it's not like the stars came at me. Okay, I mean, and there are some things that, one or two little tiny paranormal things, I would say, funny things that are probably happening to you if you're listening to this. Like there has been a shift recently, and there's things I want to talk about that I just can't right now. I just can't. And it just would not benefit me at all to blurt some stuff out. Would not. So, hope you enjoyed this one. Well, this just came in the mail. Looking forward to checking that out. I'm getting about 100 more of my own books coming in soon. I mean, I've talked about, getting away from Mandela effect and not chasing Mandela effects, and that's not what I'm doing. But no matter what I do, it doesn't matter. Because, they're always in my face. And this thing, last week the stars changed on me. I think the blue star field is smaller, probably more accurate to the way I remember it being before, but I guess that means the stripes are thinner, thicker. It just looks different to me again, and the white stripe just bothers the hell out of me. So I'm sitting here listening to this Curious Effects, and you're talking about ice.
Backstage because she's in the chat.
Some people thought that ice stayed at the bottom of a
Yes,
drink.
she's backstage.
When you would pour the drink in, ice would stay at the bottom. And I remember that as a child. I just remember that as a child. Ice stayed at the bottom. Now it floats. Just to give credit, it's Curiouser and Curiouser, Sandy Diva, and the guest is Steve. I thought there was 4 people in there. Oh, Teresa Lynch was in there. It's a very quiet day. I can't imagine a lot of birds flew south yet. Well, the leaves changed, and then the wind blew them right off. So whatever changed, it blew off for the most part. So that'll cut the season down. It's not going to be too busy out here. I will say that this guy Steve is not a flat earther, and is saying it's bigger than just the planet Earth. And I'm sure in a sense he's probably right, but if this is the only physical realm, then no, and they're talking about UFOs, and here come the aliens, and it's, it is possible. Anything's possible. Even when the stuff happens, it's still kind of real. I don't do videos anymore. My channel's Susso, by the way. It's all the old videos. Yeah, I put up all the old videos. So Dan here has a poster that says
Smokey the Bear.
Okay, and he's going to come back in tomorrow and tell me all about it. Okay, because now it's going to say Smokey Bear. You watch. This would make me start posting again. So I made all affected. There you go. I have tons of video with just interviewing people. Can you tell I miss talking? Do you tell I miss trying to teach myself? And if somebody gets something out of it, great. I don't want to talk about the channel. I got all these 9-hour videos out. Look, I'm going to break them all down to 2 hours each. I don't know if I should bother putting them up or not. I don't know if it matters. I mean, I already absolutely depleted my other channel. 1,800 subs. I deleted. Now I'm down. I got like 120, I think. Look, anybody that doesn't know I switched, that I got rid of that channel and on somebody's channel going, hey, what happened to Susso? Well, then they weren't watching me anyway. So how many subs did I really have? I figure the 120 I got now, I figure 100 of them are probably going to be paying attention to what I'm doing. I should get more than 10, 15 people in a live chat now. I put up one of these videos and I get 40 people looking at me. They've seen it before and move on. You know, I mean, look, it's a 9-hour video. Come back whenever you want. I'm probably going to put a couple of those out because I have 2 or 3 more left. But I'm going to break all those down to 2 hours each and kind of just store them as prosperity. I'll be putting more videos up. The P900's coming in handy, so I'm taking a lot of shots of the moon and stars and stuff, so that's also neat. Since that's Jupiter, my theory is those other little dots are Jupiter's moons. Whatever that means to you. So I did decide to come back and do videos once in a while. I'm going to do live videos. Like this, whatever I'm doing here. The premiere thing. I don't know that I'll go live. I know a lot of like Hangouts is gone or something, or isn't on YouTube or whatever. So I don't know how any of that'll work out. I do have plans to videotape live, so I guess I better figure it out. But the videos will be far and few between. The reason you're probably getting this is because I decided to go to that Mandela Effect meetup conference in Idaho. And I'm thinking I could make a trip of it. You know, bars closed most of November. Like, I'm not doing anything that week. So, we'll see. I'm still kicking it around. But at this point, looks like I should. It doesn't make any sense why I wouldn't. I don't know. I mean, there's still things going on around me.
You gotta give your assessment. It's like there's words on the back that are spelled wrong.
Are there? No, I gotta read.
There's actually one that is spelled wrong, but there's another one that I spelled differently my whole life. The one that's actually spelled wrong is a mistake. But like it's like the editor didn't do that good of a job. I'm just kidding. Jade did not. Another? Jade didn't edit the back cover. So she used to be a freezer.
It's Thursday. Oh no, that's
Oh,
that's Monday.
you don't have a tab right here.
What can I offer? I mean, if I'm going to put content, I know this video is going to have some stuff to talk about here and there, but if I'm going to put some content in it, you know, my main focus has been on the chapter in my book where the orbs came down and gave me all these paragraphs of information where I just got the first, you know, the title of each paragraph. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. And I've been sticking with them because when, you know, if you read my book, you understand that at one point when I was in Mississippi, Christian Bale came out of the TV asking me what I was waiting for. And I'm like, oh, I was just freaked out by the whole thing. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, orbs came down and told me not to eat meat and not to have orgasms. And you know, stars came at me telling me they're not suns with planets revolving around them. What was I waiting for? It's the first supernatural paranormal thing that's ever happened to me. What was I waiting for? Do what the dang thing said. Even if it's wrong, who cares? Whatever. You know what? It doesn't matter who it was or what it was. It was mind-blowing. Do it. I don't understand what took me almost 4 years to go, hey, because periodically I would do all these things, you know, month off here, month off there. No. And now that I'm actually going through it, I have things to offer. I got to tell you, I have a lot more energy. People have even said to me, "Yo, what are you doing? What are you doing different?" I see, I got a lot of energy. The meat thing went straight no meat. I'm not even a bug. Okay, I wasn't even going to question it. And a couple of times things came up where I might have had to have a little meat, or didn't have to, but just instead of making a big stink out of it, just have it, whatever. Well, my body was craving it anyway, so I went ahead and had a little bit here and there. No big deal. Okay, it's not like I'm going out having steaks and shit, and I'm not going to do that. I mean, that's not something I'm going to do. For me with the whole meat thing, look, that was number one and number two on the list, and the orgasms was number three. The meat thing there must be something there, at least for me, okay? At least from the life that I'm leading, the meat thing is apparently big, okay? And I really wish I elaborated it more in the chapter. I didn't. It was a half a line. It was like, hey, number three, no sexual release of energy, no extra sexual energy release, no release of sexual energy. That was it. I was like, oh, that's the taboo subject. We can't talk about orgasms and masturbation. Don't talk about those things. It's an important topic, man. Sorry. And it's something I really need to elaborate on. Right before, right when the supposed, I'm going to a supposed impalement. Look, it happened. Okay. Right then, it was like straight ED. I was experiencing other things. Who's thinking about sex or a relationship after supernatural, paranormal things are happening to you? It's not happening. And the things were building on and on and on, and then of course the human side took over. So do we stop being human to figure this stuff out, to learn more, to stop being human? Do we stop doing the things we were programmed to do as humans? And some of those things may not necessarily be programs, just the way we feel, okay? No, I don't think it's that. I think it's that we took everything to excess when everything should have been, nothing should be done every day. Okay, we shouldn't eat meat every day. We shouldn't eat vegetables every day. We shouldn't have sex every day. We shouldn't drink every day. We shouldn't smoke pot every day. We shouldn't have cigarettes every day. That's what I'm saying. These things, we can enjoy them and we can have them and experience them, but they don't have to be so habit forming. They don't have to be such addictions. We could do all of those things, but not every day. Some of those things should be once a month. Some should be once a week. I really like that, and I really want to elaborate. And that's what I've learned by stopping everything straight up. Not freaking easy. And I say everything. Okay, the meat and the orgasms. Okay, look, 2 months, nothing. And I'm realizing, besides all the other things I learned, maybe that is a point where you would actually get, and it would almost be like, oh, wow, I gotta eat meat. Oh, man. Damn, I gotta have sex. Jeez, this is gonna suck. I'm looking back at my life and I'm thinking, Jesus, all the time I wasted. Not trying to be flip here. Could have wrote 100 damn books. It's so funny because it's like even eating you might not have to eat every day. Time is created by this sun and this moon thing here that's twirling around us. So time just is. There's no days or anything. It just is. The sun makes it different days. Whatever. Who's to say? I realize I don't necessarily have a big meal every day. Like today, I had some spaghetti. That was it. By the end of the day, I was surprised I ate it all. And I probably get for me, when I smoke weed, I get the munchies or whatever you want to call it, and that helps me eat. Otherwise, I wouldn't know to eat. Okay, I would never eat. Well, that's not true. I'd pass out first, and somebody'd have to put a freaking cracker in my mouth. When I go off on, I do this.
Okay, she figured out what Mandela effect totally blew her away. She remembers what it was.
The movie Shazam with Shaq in it, and he played a genie.
She saw it.
I saw it. Maybe.
Oh, now it's maybe. Oh, she's having a dual
I
memory.
remember it. Let's put it that way. I remember it.
What do you remember about the movie?
That Shaq was a genie.
Well,
Big,
Shaq is a
giant
genie in
basketball
that
player.
movie. Shaq is a genie in that movie.
They're
That
saying that Shazam didn't exist. That's the Mandela
no,
effect,
no. The
isn't it?
movie was the one with
It's something else. There's some other movie that like he was in that I don't even remember.
yeah, Sinbad.
Yeah, maybe.
Sinbad was a genie in a movie.
Sinbad the Sailor, which I've never heard of, but Shazam, I do remember.
But Shazam exists. Sinbad does not. So the one you saw exists, and that's blowing you away?
No. This is saying it's the other way around.
Okay,
That's
so
what
you're
this
getting
says
it the
right
other
here.
way around. Or I'm hearing something different. Laurel, I'm telling you, it's just something different. I don't know. I'm totally hearing you say something different. It's Yanni. Laurel, Yanni. Nothing. You ready to thank you letters? No kitchen today. Nice easy bar day. Easy bar day.
And I've been thinking about it. When I first got into this, listen, I had a half dozen to a dozen experiences in 2015 is why I started to get on YouTube. Then the Mandela effect went commercial. It went commercial, and all these other channels started to get big on the Mandela effect because it went commercial. I mean, this is, oh my God, physical reality is changing. The other things that happen to me periodically here and there, I hear about somebody say, yes, that happened to me, or something similar happened to me. And so these things are there. The whole reason I got on it to do this was to talk about my experiences and to see if I could figure something out. And I stopped doing that. Mandela effect, nothing but even my book, Mind Beyond Matter, the Mandela effect. Granted, the Mandela effect is throughout the book. Did it have to be? Well, yeah, because it went commercial. I mean, and that's just, where the topics kept leading me. They also kept leading me to We Don't Die. Not in the physical way that it was explained to us, but a lot of things that were explained to us are not the way they really are. And that's where I want to get back to. I want to get back to me talking about the things that I feel are going on with me and others, and what it means. If I come across a Mandela effect, I'm sure I'll talk about it. I mean, but that's not what it was supposed to be about. Shit, when I first got on, it was all flat Earth, and oh my God, they lied to us, and the stars communicated with me and showed me they're not suns with planets revolving around them. Okay, that's kind of where I should be going, right? Jumped on the Mandela effect because it was commercial. No, because it affected me. 97%. A lot affected me, and I didn't talk about that in the beginning because that bothered me. I thought, wow, what if I'm one of the stupid ones? What if I'm one of the bad ones? I mean, or whatever, negative ones, or what, I shouldn't be in that timeline because all the timelines I'm in, they keep dissolving. But I'm still here. I don't think that's it at all. I do think it's an individual thing. Everybody's going to see different things. Everybody's going to have different experiences. That's what we've been seeing. It's called the Mandela effect, unfortunately, but it's as good as name as any. It's as good a name as any when you think about what are you going to call it. Now I know other people have other names for it. quantum shifting, reality shifters. Yeah, they're more to the point. The Mandela effect. Everybody's like, "What's the Mandela effect?" It's not a bad thing. Okay, when they're asking, not a bad thing. Which has happened when I got them all down in the bar wearing them, the T-shirts. And it's funny, I have things to offer. Going to this conference as far as even posting right now. And I figured, yeah, let me post something before the conference. I have no idea. I found a bunch of little clips. I've lost some things. I videotaped some really cool conversations at the bar that I just thought, let me put them on my computer and just leave them there and see what happens. I'm sure I'll post sometime. I could pop them up. I lost some stuff. I don't really care. Some good stuff. I mean, some good fun stuff. People telling me they got this and that, and I never see them again, and all that. Well, anyway. Triple two. I was talking to some people. We were talking about the effects. He got affected. Kind of got frightened. Taking notes. Kind of. And I thought, no, there's no reason to be afraid of it. But that's what's going to happen. But it's the next step. Like, I'll tell you exactly what it was. It's the flag. What's up, Tommy? Hey, man. What's up, bro? It's the flag with the stripe. Not only was he military and wouldn't say a word, did not say a word, but the look on his face was, and he kept looking at the patch on his jacket, which I didn't realize he had a patch of the flag on his jacket. He kept looking at it, kept looking at it, going, oh no, that's just a white border. And his girlfriend goes, no, that's not what he means. All right, I'll remember that.
Love the red. Give me some red. Oh, it's all gorgeous. Sorry, shouldn't have spoke. So I've been saying for a month now that I may go to this West Coast conference. But I'm telling you, the first time I heard it, the thing was the first week in October. And I just realized, there's just no way I'm going to make that. And as soon as I made that claim to myself that there's no way I'm going to make October, first week in October, I've seen people talk about it here and there on their videos or whatever, and I just blew it off. And then, boom, second weekend in November. I'm like, well, I might be able to make that. And I find out the bar's closed from November 3rd to Thanksgiving. So I'm like, okay, well, that to me, that's a sign or something. So, I decided, all right, I'm going to kick it around, see how much, I'm trying to put together money for a card. And I don't have to worry about payments. I have other things going on too. Anyway, so apparently I'm going to this conference now, and my roommates are Scarab Performance and Guy Fawkes. Are you kidding me? You want to go out? I mean, that's a no-brainer right there. I kind of gotta. It's not that cold, though.
So, and now, so I'll be renting a car and driving up there. I'll be driving a good 12 hours. And now I'm thinking about, I haven't been on a vacation in a while. Take a couple extra days. I might drive up early, stay somewhere. Maybe I'll drive 5-6 hours, stay somewhere, and then drive another 5-6. There's a lot of personal things going on with that as well. All I did was trade in my PC life for a physical one, and it was the same thing. It was the same garbage to learn certain things and not do certain things or this or that. Come on. But I'd say it's better because it's more real. But now that I know the things I know, it's better because it's not real. And I'm still interacting and going through all this. And that's, that, to me, it's got to be beyond that. It's got to be beyond the Mandela effect. There's got to be something else. You can't just keep chasing Mandela effects. And I've been saying that for 2 years. And I finally put my foot down and said, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. And of course, I get hit with this and that and the other thing. And the other day I'm looking at the flag. And it's changed again for me. Where is it? It's over there somewhere. But anyway, yeah, the blue star field got smaller, or the stars got bigger, and it's just the way it looks. It just looks off. It just looks different with that star field. I can't make it bigger. So, and the stars look like they might even be upside down now. No, they're not. They are not upside down. They look fatter. 5, 6, 5, 6, 6. 33 and 6. I might have to count them again, too. But I'm not chasing it. I don't care. I got the message. Physical reality is not what we've been told. That's part of the message. It's a big part of the message. So where do we go from here? What are we doing about it? Where do we go from here? I got so many people. I can go on so many videos and just take that little bit out of probably everybody's video. They're saying it. Many people are saying it. Where do we go from here? Well, that's what I did. I put it down. It wasn't just a Mandela effect for me, remember? It was orbs telling me not to eat meat, don't have orgasms, and control about 7 other things going on in my life. And the stars told me they weren't suns with planets revolving around them. And Christian Bale came out of the TV and asked me what I was waiting for. He meant, why are you still eating meat? That's what he was talking about. I didn't get all that. Of course, I didn't understand it, did I? I don't know why I waited. I must have known what he meant. And all the other things that happened in the book. So it wasn't just the Mandela effect. There's a lot more to this. And the Mandela effect has been, the narrative of the Mandela effect is being controlled on YouTube. And the narrative is, keep chasing Mandela effects. Keep distracting yourself with that. You're not watching the news anymore. Look for Mandela effects. That's what you want to do. You want to go look for Mandela effects. Keep doing that. Hey, did you find any Mandela effect? Hey, check out this new Mandela effect. All that's doing is waking up people that haven't been woken up before. Yay. Give them a pat on the back. Good job. Move on to the next step. You're going to ask me what the next step is. I couldn't tell you. I know. For me, I know what it is, but I couldn't tell you. It would do you no good. You got to figure it out on your own. Yeah. The Curious and Curiouser show, they're mentioning toucans. I'm sorry. I don't remember, actually spelling the word toucan. But for me, it was Tucan. That's simple. and it's coming up as Toucan. Whatever. I've never spelled it before, but I've seen the word enough times to where somebody texts toucan in the way I would spell it in the chat, and I'm like, well, yeah, that's the way it looks. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it looks right to me when I saw the O and everything. It doesn't even look right. Things are different. Even different than they were 3 months ago for me before I got off. Things are different for me now. I can't explain it. I can't explain my own feelings. How am I supposed to explain them to you?
Is this thing going? All right. I wanted to say that last few days, maybe a week now, I've noticed that the sun has been very white. Now, it was white before for me, but now, when it's just coming up or just going down, it's straight up white. There's no yellow like it was when it was going down low, or yellow tint or anything. This thing, and everything else is brighter. At least that's what I say. I don't know. How's this thing work? I guess I can just... Probably can't see nothing with that, right?
Sitting here listening to Curiouser and Curiouser, their show, and I don't recall ducks having teeth. I mean, maybe geese, small teeth, but no. And there was something else they mentioned. I'm like, absolutely no way. So anyway, I do have, and my intention is to go to this, go on a road trip and go check out the conference in Idaho. I emailed Shane. I said, what should I expect? Or I don't even know what my question was. And he's like, just bring a lot of books. I was like, all right, I think I can do that. So I just ordered a bunch, and I'm going to bring a bunch up there. Maybe that'll help pay for the trip. It won't be a big deal. Because, like I said, November, the bar's closed. It's not like I'm going to be making money. I can get in there and get some hours after I get back, because we're going to change some things around in the bar. But yeah, I do want to go there. I want to meet these people. I want to hear the speakers and, see where they're going with things, because I've seen that, like now I'm taking my channel to another level. This new channel that I have, it's not going to just be based on Mandela effects and constantly bringing that up. I mean, it's going to come up. The more I don't want it to come up, the more it's going to come up. It's not that I don't want it to come up. I'm just gearing towards more of the question, what now? What are we doing now? And what else is going on out there? You know what? Physical reality is changing. There ain't nothing else going on out there. But there's a lot going on out there. I'm gonna be talking about a lot of different things, not just the Mandela effect. I've been thinking about that, and I'm like, with the second book, I figure it would be Mind Beyond Matter and then something else underneath, not the Mandela effect. Because this second book, although it will have experiences, they won't be as glamorous and as exciting as stars coming at you and orbs, and so far, I expect something even more ridiculous. I really do. But that's just it. I didn't expect any of that. I wasn't necessarily looking for it. I was in a part of my life where I was just bored stiff out of my mind, kind of, not really, but yeah, waiting to die, because it was just like, this is it. I'm done with this bullshit. It's like, was I waiting to die and then the impalement happened? I think I've said that. I think I've said that was the mindset I had in January, February, when I was just like, I need something. And a relationship wasn't going to do it. It there was nothing but volcanoes. I mean, that was what I found. And then the Mandela effect and flat earth stuff popped up out of nowhere because I was looking for stuff in January of 2015. I was looking for conspiracies and stuff, and those things were not there. And when I did come across them, I did blow them off. Because I was just like, wow, where'd that come from? Look at this guy. This guy says the earth is flat. What a joke that was, okay? There was no way I was thinking, ooh, conspiracy, let me get into it. And then the Mandela effect pop up, Berenstain Bears, Sex and the City. But no, it wasn't Sex and the City yet. It was just Berenstain Bears, and I was just, that's fun, that's cool, that's neat. These people remember the spelling of this thing another way. And I thought, wow, these bears just came out, a couple of years ago. I mean, why do they care? What's the big deal? I wouldn't get into it. My mind wouldn't go. I wasn't going, oh, the first time I saw them was in Pittsburgh in 2012, late 11, early 12. It's exactly the first time I've ever seen them. It was right after an accident. I mean, after an accident. Shift into a timeline where the Berenstain Bears exist. Not only that, but I didn't know how I stared at the books. I don't know how it was spelled when I stared at them. I have no idea. It was 2012. There was no Mandela effect thing for me. I stared at these books. I was in a daze. And then when I snapped out of it, I went, oh, a new children's book. And I walked away, went to the music section or whatever. I wasn't thinking, oh, look, let me check the spelling because, whatever.
It's different.
But it was McDonald's. Do you remember that?
I'm not
MC?
that old. I mean, mine was always MC since I'm only 27.
Okay, so it's always been MC for you.
But a lot of people pronounce me now.
Well, of course, Big Mac. Why isn't it the Big Mick anyway? Was that too racial?
Today it would be.
Yeah, they'd be getting beat up
You
today.
anybody today.
This shit very strange with that black line there. I have no idea what celestial light that is.
Another very white sun. Beautiful day. Strange with no clouds. Oh, there's one.
Anyway, after the Berenstain Bears, a couple of times I accidentally clicked on flat Earth videos and it just tore me away further. And because I just didn't understand what they were talking about, I didn't understand their philosophies. And these were people that were into it a long time. And then I came across a video where somebody tried to break it down and explain it in layman's terms. There was a woman with kids. And I thought, all right, I could listen to this. And she did. She broke it down like she was talking to a child. I understood that. And, but then, I started to get into the Mandela effect right after that. But the flat Earth thing just amazed me. The last greatest conspiracy. And then the Mandela effect with Sex and the City, Jesse Spott's video, interview with a vampire and something else. And he came on with another one talking about landmass changes. And then that was it. I was like, whoa. And I battled with that for months. But then all these other things started to happen to me. It wasn't like I just stuck with those two. I started to have other experiences, the orbs, the stars, just sitting out back and just, it was amazing. The blood moons when I sat there and just sat there and watched that stuff go on. And I remember going, I don't understand. The shadow went in one way and came out this other way, and it just doesn't make sense to me at all. I mean, I'm sure I didn't even mention that in the book. I'm just bringing it all back here. Point is, it's a bunch of different things, not just the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect went commercial, and now there's a dialogue on YouTube to try and get people to just run and look for Mandela effects. I could pick them out, but there's other, now see, this is where it gets dicey, because there's other Mandela effect channels that don't just necessarily talk about just the Mandela effect. And that's good. It's some things some things I'm not going to like that they're talking about. But so what? It's opening up other people's minds. It's not all about me. Well, it is from my perspective. But you got a bunch of other channels. So you got a bunch of Mandela effect channels. And you got other people trying to just get the information. I think that's fantastic. I don't think it's good to constantly run around and it's great to run around and scream Mandela effect, I found one. What are you doing about it? I think that's what it is. What are you doing about it? And that's what I'm trying to do now. That's what I'm doing now. And I can already feel the changes. Stuff I really want to get into, but I shouldn't, because I don't have the full sentence. I can't give you a full sentence, but I can feel things going to happen. Big. I can feel it. And it's funny. How do you get excited for something you don't understand? And I mean personally. I'm not even talking on a mass scale. I'm talking personally. But I really think if there is a group out there that wants us to fail, then they want us to constantly just talk about Mandela effects, keep talking about it. They don't, although that will start eventually, that's going to bring other people into it. But if that's all they're doing, that ball is just getting bigger. There's going to be some branching off to try and do other things, to figure out what's going on. And I've said from the beginning, maybe not from the exact beginning, but pretty close, that this is going to be an individual thing. I really feel that way. I really.
So one of the reasons I got off of YouTube with the Mandela effect and everything was the number thing, the number game that YouTube's been playing. And I figured, now I kind of have a better idea who's actually listening. Not who, but how many. And I'm going back to talking about everything I was talking about before, not just Mandela effects. I mean, I had this book on experiences, and it was, a dozen of them practically, 10 of them, whatever. I'm sure I had at least a dozen. Did you get the message? Physical reality is something's up. Getting all excited about the next Mandela effect is just to wake up somebody's mind that that didn't wake up yet. We should be going somewhere else with this, or doing something else.
Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining. That'll be it for now. See y'all later.